This story starts in the year 1945. On December 5th at 2:10 in the afternoon, 5 U.S. Navy bomber planes took off from Florida. This mission was called Flight 19. It was just a normal training flight. Nothing special was planned. They were simply flying to conduct their regular training missions. There were 14 people on board. Their leader was a skilled pilot and a war hero. The planes flew east from Florida. At first, everything was fine. The weather was clear and calm. But after 2 hours, something strange happened. The leader said his compass stopped working. He tried a backup compass, but that failed too. They didn't know where they were. Other pilots had the same problem. Their instruments were not working. The leader was Lieutenant Charles Taylor. He started sending strange messages by radio. Taylor said,
"Both my compasses are out, and I am trying to find Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I am over land, but it's broken. I'm sure I'm in the Keys, but I don't know how far down, and I don't know how to get to Fort Lauderdale."
The weather started to get worse. By 4:56 p.m., Taylor thought they were flying over the Gulf of Mexico. He told everyone to fly east to return to Florida, but some pilots believed they were already east of Florida. They thought they needed to fly west instead. Soon it was dark. The planes were actually 370 kilometers east of Florida. At 7:04 p.m., the last radio message came from Taylor. After that, all 5 planes vanished. No one knows what happened. They were never seen again. Then a rescue plane went to find them. It had 13 people on board, but it also disappeared. First 14 people vanished, then 13 more. The U.S. started a big air and sea search. It was one of the biggest searches of that time, but nothing was found. No wreckage, no bodies. Everything was just gone. This area is now called the Bermuda Triangle. Over the last 50 years, around 3,000 ships and 100 planes have disappeared here. This place is also known as the Devil's Triangle. It is famous for mystery and fear. It lies between Florida, Puerto Rico, and Bermuda. It forms a big triangle in the Atlantic Ocean. The area is over 500,000 square miles. Stories about this place are more than 500 years old. In 1492, Columbus also had strange problems here. His compass failed too. He saw a strange fireball in the sky. It fell into the ocean. People gave this area scary names, like the Graveyard of the Atlantic or the Sea of Doom. But the name Bermuda Triangle was used for the first time in 1964. In a magazine called Argosy, there was an article by Vincent H. Gaddis titled The Deadly Bermuda Triangle. This was the first time the phrase Bermuda Triangle appeared. In this article, he summarized many disappearances in the Bermuda Triangle that had occurred over the past several decades. He tried to link them all together, attempting to create a mystery. This topic became so hot that even books, movies, and games were made about it. If we talk about some other horrific incidents, then there was another horrifying incident in the year 1918. It involved the USS Cyclops, one of the biggest and fastest ships of the U.S. Navy at the time. It was a very important asset for the American Navy, especially when America began taking part in World War I. It was used to transport the troops and coal. On 4th March 1918, 306 people were aboard the USS Cyclops. From a city near Washington called the West Indies, Baltimore, this ship began its journey towards Brazil. Other than people, this ship was carrying 11,000 tons of manganese. The journey was supposed to take 9 days. Everything was fine with the departure of the ship. The weather was clear. While departing, the ship sent a message, but this message was the last message from the ship. After this ship began its journey, there was no news from it. It had disappeared suddenly. This shocked everyone. If you think that this incident was mysterious, a more daunting incident happened. It was the Ellen Austin mystery. In 1881, a ship named Ellen Austin saw an empty ship. No crew, no people were on it. The captain waited 2 days for someone to appear. No one came. So he sent his own men to sail that ship. After a storm, the ship vanished. Later, they found it again. Again, no one was on it. The new crew also disappeared. The captain sent 2 more of his own men again. Same result. Storm came, ship disappeared again. This story sounds amazing, but there's no proof it really happened. So, it is called a legend. Many strange theories exist. Some say aliens took the ships. Others think a sea monster did it. But there are also scientific ideas. There are 2 North Poles. One is the real North Pole. The other is the magnetic North Pole. Usually they are in different places, but in some areas they overlap. This can confuse compasses. The Bermuda Triangle lies near this overlap. Another theory is about shallow water. This area has many hidden sandbanks. Old ships could get stuck there easily. Third theory is about storms. This area has many hurricanes. Florida and nearby islands are often hit. Storms can easily sink ships and planes. Fourth theory involves methane gas. Sometimes gas bubbles rise from the sea floor. This can make the water less dense. Ships can suddenly sink. Scientists have tested this in labs, but no shipwrecks in this area show proof of it. So friends, is the Bermuda Triangle really mysterious? Or is it just stories and human imagination? What do you think?